Hello Cancer, I am Ulrich, I'm a Lenormand card reader, but today we will do your financial philosophical card readings. These cards are more like, they are a kind of help if you are in a financial difficult situations. Sometimes they are also advisors what to do. If you have certain habits, maybe you need to adjust these habits, or if something positive is coming on the financial side, it's of course also there. Anyway, Cancer, here we go for your spiritual, financial, psychological card reading for the month of May. Hello Cancer, and welcome to your financial philosophical card reading for the month of May. As your first card here, we see the card of overconsumption. What does this card tell us? Well, it tells us, of course, that we live in a world where everything is possible, where we can buy everything. And of course, this is also that we are daily confronted with certain advertisements. We see advertising around us here. And sometimes because we see so much publicity around us, our definition of essential obligation is no longer the same. We are influenced by this here. And here we see that things are changing, things are evolving. Today, our basic needs, it's almost impossible that we could imagine ourselves without a smartphone, without a cell phone. These things are essential things. So the society has evolved and certain essentials has been replaced. So here we are asked with this card to evaluate our real needs within this new society. And as we know, the society is renewed. We were confronted and still are with the results of the so-called viruses around us. And we see here also with this card that we need to think after COVID, post-COVID here. Of course, now also we are confronted with certain results of certain wars in the world, and this all influences our consumption behavior. Anyway, as we see, things get more expensive, and maybe we need to cut a little bit back also with this card. I think this is a general consensus here for everybody. But the question is, even though if you can afford these things, do you consider yourself happier? Or if you have a little bit less, are you less unhappy? Sometimes overconsumption, or if we have too much, it blurs certain perspectives. And if we have a lot of unnecessities here, we could lose with this card the essence of life. This is what we are seeing here. Hyperconsumption, sometimes it blinds people, and sometimes it's good to go back to basics for seeing where we are. So determine here with this card, what are your minimum needs, and estimate your position, and also what you don't need, try to get rid of it. Here, sometimes if we think about it, maybe these things, without these superficial luxurious attribute, maybe our life isn't so bad after all. As long as we have our health, we are okay, we can eat healthy. This is a very good card. So learn to live according to your actual essential needs, and not what society, what publicity dictates you here. And if you do so, if you take some distance from this whole consumption behavior, you will see that your wallet and your mind will be better off. The next card that we are seeing here, it means that you have done certain efforts in your life, you're improving in your life is advancing, because we have the card, a very positive card next to it also. And it means that if you have done certain efforts, you will see or you are beginning to see the results or the fruits of your work or your daily actions. And here we see that we also need to appreciate these modest victories. Even though it's difficult for most people now these days, we still need to appreciate where we are. It doesn't mean that we are for that successful into the whole society, but you yourself, you should be happy with the accomplishments that you have so far. Also, we should not compare ourselves to others, but rather highlight the positive transformations here that you have been able to reply on regular basis in your life. But also, this is the card of certain questions. It asks you if you have a plan on the long run. Are there changes you can make for improving yourself, or did you improve? And if you improve, can you improve yourself more? This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes also, this is the card of changes. And here we see what works, of course, it's best to keep. But if there are certain things in our life that don't work well anymore, is it wise to keep holding on to that? And if you see some things that need to be modified here, we need to modify. If your path of life is different compared to other people, because it could be with these cards here, it might be that your path of life is different. We are all different here. So here, don't be discouraged here with your path of life. It might be difficult in the start, but it's important that you write down your accomplishments, regardless of the magnitude or the impact that they have. There are no big or small successes here. It's like an accumulation here of all changes that on the long run will create a lasting change, and that will make a difference in your eyes. It is not important how it is in other people's eyes, because this is your life, what we are talking about. And if you feel that you are improving and you are happy with the way you improve and you can manage yourself financially, that's the right thing to do. We need to be happy in what we are doing. And also, at the same time, we need to appreciate the progress that we have made or that you have made, and persevere where you are going. So this is the card that wants to encourage you for following your own personal individual path. The last card that we have here is a very positive card. It probably means maybe this is some kind of mid-year bonus that we are seeing here, or maybe you have worked a lot, or maybe this is a belated bonus. This is what we are seeing here. If we are in a work environment, probably there is some bonus coming to us. This could be a fixed monthly bonus, but I think here that it's a bonus here that we are getting annually, or an exceptional bonus here, maybe because you put a lot of efforts in our work. This is what we are seeing here. And of course, these amounts that we are receiving here are often welcome. But this is also a card that asks you questions. It asks you, what are you going to do with this money? The problem is, if you know this was coming, sometimes we tend to spend this money before it's actually arriving in our wallet. For some people, it means maybe they balance out credit cards, so you already have incalculated this. For some people, it might be that they buy an expensive gift for the wife or for the husband. This is what we are seeing, or something for our children here. And here, sometimes, if we know this bonus is coming, sometimes we spend more than actually the bonus that we receive. And this card wants you to reflect about this here. This extra money that you're receiving here, it could make a difference in your life. So it's important here, this card tells us not to spend it before receiving it. So if you can still balance this out, don't spend the money here. Put it in a savings account for a few months, let it there, take a break from spending. By taking a break of this spending behavior, of this money, you will exactly see in the future where you need to use for it. Maybe something is coming up, something unexpected, or maybe you've talking about already for a long time for taking a certain vacation with your family, with your partner, and maybe this is what the money is used for. If not, it might also be for investing in your house. Maybe you need to make some adjustments in our house. Anyway, this card tells us to optimal use of this money here. And if you do so, if you avoid the impulse of spending in advance, or making a plan for spending it, this would be a wise thing to do, because we know here we are in uncertain times. So it could be wise here to keep this money for the future, whatever this may be. Anyway, Cancer, this is all for this month. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this philosophical financial card reading. If you did, and if you appreciate my explanation here, thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you are interested in the classic Lenormand card readings, I do also classic Lenormand card readings. These are more general readings for 1 month, and they are very detailed. I do also philosophical spiritual card readings. They are more like a guides. They guide you in life if there are certain issues in your life, and sometimes you can get very good advice in those cards, because I had very good results with them. Anyway, Cancer, thank you for your time you spend on my channel, and I'm sure we see each other next time. And please consider subscribing if you like my videos. See you next time, Cancer. Bye bye.